Now that we have learned the basics, which were like completely like not needed, some of the features were not needed in the basics, but I still will be keeping it. I just watched it and I just realized that many basics were left actually, so I thought I will slowly progress this as per the tool. So how about we get started with the selection tools? So the selection tools that I commonly use is the marquee tool, there's the lasso tools, there's the object tools, and I also use the pen tool, and many of us have used it before. If for Photoshop users, I mean, not for the beginners, but the pen tool is also a common thing which we use in Photoshop. So how about we just get started? For this one, I'll just drag one thing. So what image should I drag to explain this thing? So this is something I made before with this thing. So I just downloaded this image from Unsplash. You could also check it if you want to get like free stock images and all. So how about I just drag it in? You could see this. And if you want to actually make this with the same size, you could just do this control selection or just go to select load selection, but I'll do the control selection here by like holding left control and clicking here, and then you could click on the crop tool and then just press enter. But I think it looks good like this. Now easiest way which is available in Photoshop 2020, I think from Photoshop 2020, is if you go to select and if you click subject, you see it automatically selects the subject for you, making it much more easier. Let's just it is not completely accurate, but it is pretty accurate. So if I can just do this without having to worry about doing all the selection myself, so which is a pretty good thing about this Photoshop's new update. So let's just get started with our tools which we are going to use. So we are going to use rectangular marquee tool. Not I mean, we are going to learn every single one, but let's select with marquee tool. You could just press M if you want, and there's multiple of them. So first one we will see is just dragging it. You could also like hold shift to make it completely like equal, depending on which Photoshop version you use. Some this might be on, like this effect might be on shift, or like this, or this thing would be on default. I know it's confusing because I'm also confused what I said, but what I'm saying is you can see that it is actually being a square instead of a rectangle. It might be default on you, but for me I have to press shift, and this is without holding shift for me, but for you guys it might be with holding shift. That's what I'm saying. So you could see I just selected this section, and then I can just click on the mask, and you could see I have this section only. The reason I only use mask is, okay, let me just rasterize it to show you guys. If I press delete, well, I don't want to delete this. What I'm doing is I'm pressing Ctrl Shift I to reverse the mask. Or you could just click here, right click on this thing and just select reverse, and then I can delete it, and you could see this happens. But let's say like after working for like 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, I needed the bottom section also, but now I don't have it. What do? I cannot paint it back or something. That's why we use a tool called a feature called mask. So with the section selected which we want, like this, we use the section called mask. In this way it is like masking the area which we want and which we don't want. So in this way you could see the mask has black color, which is, and wherever it will be black it will not be shown, and wherever it is white it will be shown. And you could simply just paint, like after selecting this mask you could just paint black, or not sorry black, for white to just show whichever area you want, like this, and then black whichever you don't want. So how about I just delete the mask. So that was the rectangular marquee tool. You could also just do this and press Ctrl J, and then we actually made a section with that thing only, without any mask. And let's see, where were we? There was rectangular tools. What else can we do? That's the rectangular tools with whichever you select like this, and you could go here solid color, select the color, and you could see that same section is made with a mask. And then like with mask you could just select black color, white color to actually make it appear like this. You could also make things delete if you like want to. With this selected, if I press Ctrl, you could see I could just move it like this to create some cool effects. I'm holding shift to actually move it perfectly in the horizontal line. You could see you could create this cool effects like this, and then do it for every single thing. Now the next thing we will see is the elliptical marketer, same as this thing but just a circle or oval depending on how you use it. See, just dragged it in and made it like this. Now one thing I'll show you is, you could see if I make a mask, it's the edges are pretty hard, or like there's no softening in it. It's called hardness in Photoshop at least. But you could just go here and increase the feather. Every icon you see here which has numbers, you could just go on that name and you could just drag it however much you want. You could also enter. So how about I'm holding shift to make it like in perfect increments. So let's just do, and then if I do that, okay, that's not visible. Let me just make it to 50 and then do this. You could see that was too much, right? Let me drag it down to like 24. Do I have to select again? Because I don't remember. I don't use feather much. And you could see that there's the edges are 24 pixels softened. And one thing you could see is this is called linking. So this layer is linked with this mask. So let me just disable this, and then now I can move it however I want, because this section will not move with it. And with this enabled, it is linked, so it will move with it. The mask and both things will move with it. So it's good to create something like that depending on how you want. If I want it to be this way or this way, to check it how I like it depending on your preference. Now let me just put it in the middle, which I can do by this. Next thing, single row marquee. Now in this one, what I will be doing is I will be selecting, let's say, this section. And what this section does is, this tools, which is the row and this column marquee, it only selects one pixel. So if we just zoom in, you could see it is only selected one pixel. So for this one, I'll use the column one. I selected this, and we are actually having, you see, one selection. With this selected, I press Ctrl J. That way it actually makes this makes another layer with this single cell, this single, what you call, column. Is it a column? Yeah, it's a column. I'm dumb, okay, a bit dumb. So with that selected, I can just press Ctrl T and make it go like this. And this is how many people create effects which look crazy. For example, let's just do it with this section and then drag it completely. You see how cool it looks? Not in this one, but at least choosing a right image would have been much more better to do it. Okay, I didn't mean to delete. Let's just select. Let's try from here. Ctrl J, Ctrl T, and you could see it creates a cool effect. Something like stretching the pixels and then, or just joining after stretching. I don't know what it is, but this is something you could create. I'll just press this to press Ctrl E to like make it into one layer, or you could just merge visible. Okay, merge layers. Okay, there we go. I'll select this one, and then this is one effect that we created. I'll just save it. Saving is easy. You just press like file, save as, and then you select the PNG format, JPG format, depending on what you want. And PSD is for the Photoshop file, so that you could work on it again. So let me just save it. I'll just create a new folder called finals and just save it as a png stretch lady, and then you could just select whichever you want. I'll just select this thing. You could also see, okay, I don't think so. Now you could see it. Okay, so this is one thing which we created with this marquee tools. So let's get back to basics. Well, not now. With this selected, I would like to show you one thing which I forgot to show in the basics. That is, I created a new layer. This is foreground, this is background. Let's go here and let's select these two colors. So we have red in the foreground and green in the background. So if I just select this one in new layer, if I press left alt and backspace, you could see I just inserted this color there. And again I'll select the same thing, but this time I'll press Control and left backspace, not left backspace, just backspace. So left, not left, I keep confusing you guys. So just press left alt and backspace for the foreground color and Control backspace for the background color. And if you don't select anything, it will just make it on the whole section like this. Let me just go back. Next section, let's see. This is the lasso tool. It just similar to the selection tool. Well, it is selection tool obviously, but it just gives you free drawing kind of thing. So if you want a specific design which you want to make with this thing, you just make it. Also, if you just end it somewhere, it will just make a straight line towards it. You could see. And holding shift does nothing. Okay, I thought holding shift would do something, but nope. So how about we just make something like this, and then we can make layers like this, and then you could simply just move however you want. Okay, not this thing, move this layer, and then you could see which way you want it. Let's just delete this mask. And the polygonal lasso tool is simple, but it just works in lines instead of doing this. And once you are at the starting point, it will show this loop sign on the tool, which you could click and loop it, or you could just double click to loop it. You see? So depending on how you want, you could just use the tool. Next thing is magnetic lasso tool. This one is to like it finds the differences between edges, or finds the edges and tries to like it's connected like this. You see, I never use this, so I'm not sure how this how the settings work to actually fine tune it, but this is how it works. You simply just move around the edges to make it connect the thing that you want. This one has like pretty like nice color difference, the contrast, which makes it easier for this tool to work. I'll just enter and double click, and then you could see you will need to like do every single thing like this full this thing to do it like that. I am making such a weird video. Do this. Okay, next thing is the quick selection tool and magic wand tool. I don't know what this does. What does this? I don't know what this does. Let me just test it. Okay, I think it selects it automatically from this one. Yeah. So object selection tool is, if I wanted to select or search the subject from it, it automatically selects the subject. Like select a subject from this one. Easier when there's like nice contrast like this from the images. There's a quick selection tool, and this one is the simple one. Like it just selects for you. And all these tools, this quick selection tool and magic tools, work better when there's a nice contrast between both images. So you could see it makes it easier for us to like do this stuff. And you could see we have selected. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is there's the symbols on every single one of them. You could see what this means is uh, now you could see there's the plus icon on this one, and this is also selected. It means I will be adding to my selection. You could see it's adding to the selection, but if I choose the minus one, it will remove it from the selection. What I like to do is just hold alt and do it, and it just keeps switching. If I hold alt, it switches to like like subtract sign, and that way you could actually remove it instead of going there. And not holding alt makes it plus sign again, and it is possible with every single one of them. Like if I do this thing and then hold left alt, it will remove that area, like this selection. Or you could just use this too also. Like right now we are just adding this by selecting this one. By selecting this one, we will minus it, and this is the intersection, so it will only select the intersection made by the two things. Just like the every single one, it will be same. And like this section is cool, like this object selection magic wand tool, there's like nice difference. For better thing, I would have just selected this sky area, so that it selects it much better than selecting the lady. Next thing, we'll see the magic wand tool. In magic wand tool, you just left click and it selects the same color, not this like the same same like subject. Or for example, I'll create a red static color. What I mean is there's like different shades of yellow in it, so it makes it harder for it to like select. Let's select this layer, and it makes it harder for it to like understand which is the different shade. But I've created a red color on this one. I'll create a white one on this one, and then I'll create a green one, something like this. And then this is where magic wand tool works better, because there's a distinct difference between those colors, and it can simply just tell. That's why this is what is called static color, or like that's what I call it, instead of the dynamic color ranges. But this makes it easier for selecting it with the wand tool. My throat is giving up pretty quickly. So that's one thing. Now next thing we'll learn is the pen tool. So in pen tool, you can see that we actually use it this way. So for example, with the pen tool selected, I can just go here and then make one section, and then just drag it. You see how I can drag it? So that way I can just make it connected to it. But now you could see is, let's say I want it to be, which shape would be obvious to make this? Let's try to actually get this curve. Okay, let's see, I made this curve, and then I make this section, but now this creates this weird thing. This is not a good example. I need to find something nice. But what I'm saying is, if I select this section, okay, you could just press escape if you have made like this thing, and then it just removes it. I click left once, and I made it this arc. So if I want to make another arc like this, I couldn't, because it is set to make like this curvature of wherever you make it. So if I just do this, and it will do again a curvature like this, but I don't want it. I want it to be straight, or I want it to be like this. So what I'll do is I'll hold left alt, and you could see the symbol changing to this thing, and I'll press this. So now I can just make another section without having to make like this. So I just made it again like this, and then you could see it curves like this, but I don't want it. I'll press left alt, and I will curve like this. So the way we use this pen tool is actually to select subjects like this, and the way I work is I just make it in small increments like this, and I do it slower, not like this. But you could see I will just go around the head shape. I will not be on this edge, I will be inside of this pixel, so that it selects it's much better. Selection is much better. Could see like this, and once you have selected the whole like the model, I'm just doing a bad job right now to actually show you guys quicker. Let's just think that I've selected all of the model. and then we select it by just completing it, and you could see there's a layer created around this. Then I click right, make selection, and then new selection, feather radius 0, and press OK. Now you could see she is getting selected by this thing, and I can just make it. This leads to like pretty nice edges and stuff. Instead of using the object selection tools, you will not have nice edges if there's not a good contrast between this image. This what can be used, this section can be used to use the object selection tools, because there's a nice contrast between the model and the background. But if there isn't like good contrast, and let's say the background was also yellow, then this tool would have had some problem to like actually select her. That's why you use the pen tool. And then there's also other tools, but I don't use it. I've never used this section. I've only used the pen tool. And just like this, you could just drag it, go around. Just to make some selection also, you could make it. For example, I can just go and create some selection like this. Make selection, enter, press solid, and you could see some like weird shapes if you want to make it. Let's delete this. So those were the selection tools. I'm thinking to make something with it, at least for now. So let's just use all those tools which we have made and come up with an idea. I haven't come up with any idea, okay? I'm just here trying to just figure something out with you guys. So I'll just use this tool. Let's just press it here. How about we just move it here? I'll just make her eyes go. Okay, that's just weird. Actually, how about we just make a duplicate of her eyes so that we can do something maybe like this. It looks weird, but I think I'm going with that only. It's some weird kind of thing. Something like this. I want this to be out of place. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, that looks weird. I'm not gonna cut anything, okay? Like not fast forward anything, just so that you get the idea how it's done. Okay, that looks weird. Something like this. Pretty small area. Something like this. If you want a background color, we can just make one. And then we can just choose whichever color suits her. And then okay, let's just go with something minimal like this. And then I will be using this technique to do what should I do? Let's just remove this much. Okay, I didn't hold left alt, so I just hold it left alt. I'll make a duplicate, make sure this is on the top. It's better to rename what it is, so like single pixel, and then something like this maybe, to like give this weird effect. I like it, like it's weird, and it's good. Like I like the weird effect that I've created it. And then you could just save it. I'll just save it as a PNG. Call it selection final. So this is weird, and it doesn't go as well as I thought, but I didn't have any plan on this one, how to make this design and stuff. And I just came up with an idea. So I think I did a pretty good job. Something like this. How about I just delete some stuff? And I'm working in a weird way, which is I shouldn't be working in this way. I should actually be working in a way that I can make it reversible, because I cannot reverse these things. If I was just working in smart objects, for example, I create a smart object, not smart object, sorry, this thing, a mask. I created a mask with this thing, and then I can just make sure that this is black by pressing Control backspace to do this on the mask, you could see. And then this makes it much more easier for me. Then I can also move the mask however I want to actually fit the way this design looks. You see, let me just save it for now. Okay, selection final, there we go. And this was the selection tool tutorial. I hope this helped. I know that these are getting a bit longer than needed, but I think it's needed to like learn this stuff. So yeah, thank you.